Yay.
I'll hide.
Sorry about that.
Okay, I've got this picture now.
Okay.
Is the computer started?
I've got this picture. See the picture? That's what I have. Happy birthday, dear Shelley. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
No card this year because I don't go anywhere.
I don't do. I barely do cards. I have cards in the.
What?
Oh, wait a minute.
Shalom, Cheryl.
Ann, can you hear me?
I can, Alana.
Were you able to help Arlene?
I just emailed Arlene a link. She's in the waiting room trying to join again.
Okay,
we'll see what
thank you.
happens.
Okay.
I'm working on it.
Good, thank you.
Sometimes Arlene and Pat just take a little extra time to travel in.
Yes, I don't know what it is.
So a few more minutes. Keep talking. You're all good.
I got my fingers crossed.
Discuss.
I'm able to sign in. Let's see if it
Sherry, you're
opens.
getting
Hi,
it.
Neil.
Oh,
Hello, Drew. I think
It's
that's you. I
driving me
can't see you,
crazy.
but sounds like you.
No, but I see you.
Why?
Turn your
Yeah,
camera
I
off.
gotta scroll over to see you.
Turn your camera off.
Where are you, Drew? I don't see you.
Oh, small group.
It's just getting in the
spirit.
Can't just bop it to the side of his head.
Where are you? I don't see you yet. Hang on.
Look for Ronnie.
I don't know, we're here.
There, I see Ronnie, but it's no picture there.
What?
See me now? No pictures.
Rabbi, thank you
Oh,
for
the
the
camera.
It says
Oh,
Ronnie, but I don't see
yeah,
a
it
face.
is. Okay.
There you are.
We were on before.
Missed you Wednesday.
I know. Yeah.
We're just going to
Barely
wait a few
get
more
down.
minutes. I have a couple of people emailing for tech support.
Thank you.
Try to make it this coming
Good girl.
Come on, Bailey, you want to go to services?
What's everybody doing for Halloween?
Nothing.
Staying
I'm
home.
just gonna put a few
We're going to
candies
Six
out.
Flags.
Same thing I did for Ben.
Halloween. Save on candy this
We
year.
figured we would go to Fright Fest because we didn't know if there was going to be anything going on in the neighborhood.
Are the kids allowed out for Halloween?
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
I don't know about
Really?
What are you doing?
I don't know about Saturday, to be honest.
Not right.
I wouldn't have my kids out.
No.
Yeah,
Are we muted? No.
just around the neighborhood.
We're gonna do like a Halloween dance party at my
What? Oh, neat.
with candy.
I would have liked it higher, like
Put it on a
eye level.
I had to hide the candy from Brianna and Rich.
Yay! I'm gonna take this one off, Ann.
That's good. 'Cause that bright light was like one of those torture scenes on TV, you
A
see.
lot of people.
Yeah, I said a lot of people.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah, Halloween's gonna be kind of interesting this year.
Hear the purring. Well, I'm taking the kids to Six Flags because Fright Fest on Halloween. I mean,
Hi, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. We've muted you all so that we can start our service. I want to remind everyone there'll be times during the service where Rabbi Blum asks you to unmute. Feel free to do so. But if you could keep yourselves on mute when we're not in those times so we all can pray together. And it's okay to sing really loud in the privacy of your own homes.
Here we are. A special song in honor of Noah. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. In the jungle, the quiet jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. Awimaweh, 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 awimaweh. Hinemato manai, hinemato ומנעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומנעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הווים מוה, 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 הווים מוה. הנה מה טוב ומנעים. Near the village, the peaceful village, the lion sleeps tonight. Near the village, the quiet village, the lion sleeps tonight. Howim moe, 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 howim moe. Ine ma tovu manayim. Ine ma tovu manayim.
Welcome to everyone who is with us by Zoom and by YouTube. Tonight is a very special night. Not only do we have several congregants who have volunteered to participate in this evening's service, and not only will we have a chance to bless all our pets this Shabbat, but also we are celebrating Molly Lockman, who will be called to the Torah tomorrow morning as one of Beth Chaim's B'nai Mitzvah. It is my pleasure to invite Molly and her family to lead us in candle lighting and Kiddush. First, we'll hear from her grandmother, Barbara Shermer. We just want to be sure you unmute yourself, Barbara.
Thank you. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, as these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kichanu b'mitzvotav l'chadli b'tivanu l'chadli ner shel Shabbat.
Mazel tov. Nice job. And now we lift our Kiddush cup up.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Borei Peri Hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kichanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon kinhilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom tehillah l'mikra'e kodesh zecher l'tziat mitzrayim kivanu v'charta Otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim b'shabbat kodshecha b'ahava uvratzon kinhaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
Amen. L'chaim. We'll now hear from your other grandmother, Dina Lockman.
There are days when we seek things for ourselves and measure failure by what we do not gain.
On Shabbat, we seek not to acquire, but to share.
There are days when we exploit nature as if it were a horn of plenty that can never be exhausted.
On Shabbat, we stand in wonder before the mystery of creation.
There are days when we act as if we cared nothing for the rights of others.
On Shabbat, we remember that justice is our duty and a better world our goal.
So we embrace Shabbat, day of rest, day of wonder, day of peace.
Thank you both. There is a midrash, a story rooted in Torah told by our ancestors, that when Israel stood at Sinai to receive the Torah, the Holy One said, Present to me good guarantors that you will guard my Torah, and then I shall give it to you. They said, our ancestors are our guarantors. The Holy One said, your ancestors are not sufficient guarantors. Bring me better guarantors, and I shall give you the Torah. So they said, ruler of the universe, our prophets are our guarantors. God said to them, the prophets are not sufficient guarantors. Bring me better guarantors, and then I shall give you the Torah. So they said, our children will be our guarantors. And the Holy One said, they are certainly good guarantors. For their sake, I shall give you the Torah. Molly, I'm confident that you will be an excellent guarantor of our Torah and tradition because you already are, as demonstrated by your commitment to Jewish learning and living. Tonight, as we formally welcome you into the covenant between God and the children of Israel through a Hebrew name, we invite your parents, Allison and Jeffrey, to share with you a blessing and the story behind this name.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu l'chad v'rbi am Yisrael. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot and commands us to bring this child into the covenant of our people Israel.
Amen.
All right, Margaret, you were named for two important women in our lives. The first is your great-grandmother, Marion. You are like her in your love for nature, your kindness toward others, and your amazing artistic abilities. The second is your great-aunt, Marcia. You are like her in your sense of humor, sympathetic ear, and love of a good book. Meira is one who brings light. You shed light into the world with your writing, your art, and your care for family, friends, and the world.
Molly, may your light shine wherever you go, which I know that I have seen every time you smile. Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, kayem et hanara hazot la'aviha ul'ima, ve'yikare shma b'Yisrael me'ira. Yismach ha'av b'yotzei chaletzav, v'tagel imo b'fri vitna, keshem shenichnasa lavrit, Kain tikanes litorah ulechupa ulma'asim tovim. Our God, God of our mothers and our fathers, sustain this youth through her parents' loving care. Let her be known among our people Israel by the name Meira. May her name be a source of joy to her and inspire her to serve our people and all humankind. May her parents rejoice in the growth of body and soul as they brought their daughter into the covenant. So may they, with wisdom and patience, lead her to a life filled with Torah, the blessing of learning and community, chuppah, a loving relationship worthy of God's blessing, and ma'asim tovim, the pursuit of good deeds. And together we say, Amen.
In Judaism, there's a blessing for everything. And we'll continue with our blessing for significant moments, the Shechianu, thanking God for giving us life, for enabling us to reach this moment together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu hazman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu hazman hazeh.
Mazel tov. We'll get a chance tomorrow to say even more of that to you, but we're so excited to start the celebration tonight.
Lecha dodi likrat kala, beni Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, beni Shabbat nekabela. שמור וזכור ודיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ותפארת ולתהילה לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פן שבת נקבלה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פן שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פן שבת נקבלה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פן שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך ומי אורי, אורי אורי שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פן שבת נקבלה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פן שבת נקבלה. בואי בשלום עטרת בלה, גם בשמחה ובצולה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פן שבת נקבלה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פן שבת נקבלה.
I invite you to type in the chat box or text a friend or unmute yourselves and say Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat
shalom.
Shabbat shalom. I got sour stomach though.
Oh, kitty cats. Oh, look at the kitty.
Shabbat shalom, everyone. Our service continues with the Baruch Hu.
But if I don't have it on me.
Cantor, you are muted.
Cantor, we cannot hear you. Oh. And we lost him.
Can you unmute him?
No. Here we go.
Was I muted the whole time?
You were.
Oh. Caught me a little off guard there. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach leolam vaed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach leolam vaed. Ya Elai, ya Elai, ya Elai, la 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 la. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro mariv aravim, mariv aravim. You called the world into being and spread all the stars in the heavens above. You made the morning and evening, surrounding us daily with signs of your love. Baruch אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר בדברו מעריב ערבים מעריב ערבים.
We'll now hear from Lori Watson.
Dear children, go outside to play in the sunshine and the breeze, and we will bless your hearts, your precious laughter, your smiles and your freedom. Run wild, skip, twirl, and we will pray that you remember always this wonder. Then we'll remember our own carefree days, our own discovery, our own amazement, our own joyous hearts. And you will bless us with the secret and the power to discover sacred wisdom and the sea of happiness, the sea of joy, the sea of love, waiting within.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
We'll now hear from Michael Schwartz.
V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shiftecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha v'aderech uvshochbecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot beineinecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha liman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'hitem kedoshim le'elohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem, Asher Hotzeiti Etchem Me'eretz Mitzrayim, Liot Lachem Le'Elohim, Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Thank you, Michael. We'll now hear from Camille Bloomberg.
Two Ravens by Alvin Sullivan. Two ravens flying over the hills can be seen as messengers of God if you look with prophet's eyes. A fox scavenging in the temple ruins can be seen as a sign of redemption if you look with sage's eyes. You, children of Israel, awake. You are surrounded by mysteries, bathed in holiness, the light bursting freely from ancient wisdom. If only you would look with your heart, if only you would see with your soul, then the secrets of gratitude and wonder would dance with you like wedding guests yearning for communion with God's holy word.
Thank you, Camille.
Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar v'kodesh. Nora tehilot osefele, nora tehilot osefele. Malchutecha ra'u vanecha, bokei hayam nifnei Moshe. Zeli anu ve'amru Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. Sometimes I lay under the moon and thank God I'm breathing. Then I pray, don't take me soon, 'cause I'm here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play. One day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Lishalom Vehamidenu השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים, את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
We'll now hear from Robin Valentine.
The Flood by Algin Solovey. The flood that tore through our lives rushed in without remorse, churning indiscriminate, random with wreckage. We who survived, gasped, naked in the waters, cold and alone. We fought the raging sea, we wrestled the torrent, the wind, the darkness, and our aching hearts. When the rain ceased and the calm eased in, we drifted on the waters, numb to radiant sunrises and luminous skies, until one day we began to swim east, towards holiness. And the new day, weary, faint, nearly too tired to press on, we looked up, exhausted, and saw an ark floating gently on the horizon.
Thank you, Robin.
Na 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 Adonai, na 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 sfatai tiftach, na 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 ufi yagid tehilatecha, ufi yagid tehilatecha. Na 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 יגיד תהילתך, ופי יגיד תהילתך. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואמהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומידו מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
We'll now share in the chat box all those blessings in our lives that we are incredibly grateful for this Shabbat, something that happened recently, something that you're remembering tonight, something that is particularly special and only happens once in a while, or something that may happen all the time, but you noticed it especially this week. So please share all those blessings in the chat box with us so we can say thank you to the source of blessing as a community. Hero Brown passed her praxis and still somehow managing to feed 2 teenage boys. Oh, Mazel Tov on a new grandniece born in Israel. May everyone be healthy and well. We're very excited about a new peace deal between Israel and Sudan, normalized relations between these two countries who've been historically at odds. Oh, Mazel Tov to Christine's daughter's birthday. We are very excited to be celebrating Mali this weekend. Thankful for a grill that is fixed. Grateful for successful surgery. Grateful celebration in town. Improved health. Not failing a math test. Amen, Hannah. Oh, Charlotte is thankful for spending so much time with Bubby, Xander, and Aunt Hillary this week. Cannot blame her. Youngest grandson's birthday. So much to celebrate. Well, grateful for wonderful children and grandchildren. Oh, and Hannah's turning 26. Oh my, Hannah Binder. All right, keep the blessings coming as we turn now to our words of gratitude in Hebrew.
מודים אנחנו לך, מודים אנחנו לך.
As our prayers for peace never cease, we turn to Shalom Rav, hoping that this week's taste of peace is just a small taste of grace.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Kasim Me'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Kasim Me'olam. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech adon לכל השלום, שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים על ישראל עמך תשים מעולם. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים מעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים מעולם. ברוך אתה אדוני המברך את עמו ישראל בשלום. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים מעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים מעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
We now take a few moments to offer up our silent prayers, to take a moment to meditate, to focus on our breath and our body, and to offer the prayers of our hearts.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל.
Our thoughts now turn to all those in our lives in need of healing, healing of the body, healing of the mind, healing of the heart, and healing of the soul. If you are keeping someone in your thoughts and prayers this Shabbat, I invite you to type those names in the chat box as I share the names of these loved ones. Rhoda Schwartz, Arlene Grable, Teddy Molaski, Nathan Hecker, William Jackie Sola, Steve Bizanoff, Marion Berman, Arlene Mulry Pearl, Sheldon Kaplan, Lisa Scher, Marlena Elkin, Justin Wajaysinga, Nancy Antonelli, Claire Munkachi, Brian Malter, Rachel Blum, Carla Brown, Erica Taylor, Herb Pierce, Louis Baskin, Beverly Newlander, Barbara Gladstone, Elaine Berkowitz, Chaim Ben Esther, Bob Gast, Eileen Applebaum, Betty Abramowitz, Marvin and Ginny Gittleman, Rosalie Krieger, Diane Walter, Piper Fitzpatrick, Toby Arias, Dorothy Chason, Jill Sava, Yisrael Binyamin, Francis Sparanya, Edna Schaffler, Marvin Lazarowitz, Tzipora Bat Shoshana, Jarrett Rothstein, Yitzchak Moshe Ben Sura Esther, and Gail Malter. For all those and many more in need of healing, we recite Mishaberach together.
Mishaberach Avotenu, Abraham, Yitzchak, veYaakov. Mishaberach Imotenu, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, Rachel. May the one who blessed our mothers, may the one who blessed our fathers, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well. Bless us with the power of your healing. Bless us with the power of your hope. May our hearts be filled with understanding and strengthened by the power of your love. Mishaberach Avotenu, Abraham, Yitzchak, veYaakov. Mishaberach Imotenu, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, Rachel. May the one who blessed our mothers, may the one who blessed our fathers, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well.
Bruchim habayim b'shem Adonai. Welcome, and may all who have come here, people and animals, be blessed by God's presence. We join together tonight to celebrate the variety of life that God has created on our earth. We give thanks for the beauty of the natural world and for the abundance of creatures with whom we share the land, sea, and sky. And we rejoice in the beloved presence of those special animals who we have taken into our families, homes, and hearts. We are bound together with them in one great web of life, connected through compassion and concern. Our hearts have been claimed. Sorry, one second. Providing a home for an animal is a mitzvah for one of God's creatures. Baruch mirachem al habriot. Sorry, everybody. Blessed is the one who embraces all creatures. We read in the book of Genesis, God made all kinds of animals, wild beasts and animals of every kind, and all kinds of crawling animals that are on the earth. Then God saw that this was good. Baruch atah shelo chaser be'olamo davar. Blessed are you in whose world nothing is lacking. It is filled with wonderful animals that bring joy and companionship to human beings. According to the Midrash, God chose Moses to lead the Jewish people because of his kindness to animals. When he was just a young man, Moses worked as a shepherd for his father-in-law Jethro. One day, Moses saw a small lamb run away from the flock. Concerned that it would perish in the desert, Moses chased after it. He saw the lamb stop at a stream and drink from it. Moses realized the lamb had run away because it was thirsty. Moses asked the lamb to forgive him. If he had known why the lamb was running away, he would not have chased it. He felt very sorry for chasing the lamb and making it thirstier and tired. After the lamb was finished drinking, Moses lifted it up on his shoulder and carried it back to the flock. Because of the compassion Moses showed the little lamb, he was found worthy of leading God's flock, the people of Israel, out of slavery in Egypt. Like Moses, we are called upon to observe the mitzvah of tsa'ar ba'alei chayim, showing kindness to animals. The Talmud even teaches that we should feed our animals before eating ourselves. Truly, our pets are entrusted to us. It is our task to act as trustworthy stewards, to loyally offer them abundant food and shelter, healthcare and love. And yet we are entrusted to them as well. We depend on them for love returned. And if we look and listen carefully, they offer us nature's wisdom. In the book of Job, God implores us, ask the animals and they will teach you. Now I ask you to bring your pets to your screen and feel free to type their names in the chat box so we can meet them. And then in just a moment, we will recite together a blessing over the animals. So I'm going to take off the spotlight so we can see as many animals as possible. Nomi, come get a cookie. This is not her best time of day. Puppy.
No.
All right, we see a bunch of animals on our screen. Oh, nice. Andrea, what do you have? Oh, you're muted.
Mally, you're a mastic lizard.
Wow. Okay, we have a special blessing for reptiles coming up. But first, Canner, if you will put on the screen, we have a blessing that we'll all recite together, and then we'll get into the different species that we have represented here. All right, join me. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shekacha lo be'olamo. Praise be the eternal our God, ruler of the universe, who has made such beautiful creatures in the world. And just as we bless our human children on Shabbat evening, we offer up these blessings for our pet children. So we have a blessing for cats. Yisimcha Elohim ki Yehuda ha'aryeh. May God make you like the Lion of Judah. We have a blessing for dogs. Yisimcha Elohim ki Kalev ha'ne'eman. May God make you like Caleb, the loyal one. We have a blessing for birds. Any birds on the screen tonight?
There's one sleeping in the other room.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Yisimcha Elohim ke'of hashemayim yishkon mi ben ofananim yitnu kol. May God make you like the birds of the air that nest among the waters and sing. And for the beloved in Andrea's arm, any other reptiles that are with us tonight? All right. Yisimcha Elohim bechozek refuat hasraf. May God make you with the healing strength of the copper serpent. Any fish being honored this evening? I was a big fan growing up of the Purim carnival fish. And if they lasted till Rosh Hashanah, you were very lucky. All right, no fish tonight. Any other kinds of animals? Pigs, ferrets, anything we haven't mentioned yet? If not, we don't get it. Okay. And now I'll ask all of our pet owners to lay their hands on their pets, on their heads if possible, and address your pet with the words from this next prayer on our screen. Blessed are you, holy source, maker of all living creatures. On the 5th and 6th days of creation, you called forth fish in the sea, birds in the air, and animals on the land. You inspired us to call all animals brothers and sisters. The animals in our homes are more than just pets to us. They are members of our families, providing companionship and endless joy, laughter and delight, consolation in times of loss, and a sense of well-being. We ask you to bless our beloved pets by the power of your love, enabling them to live fully in praise of your name. May we always praise you for all your beauty in creation. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, for all your creatures. Amen. I thought I'd try one more time to get my dog to come. This week we read Parshat Noach, which details the story of Noah and the ark. Tonight we connect to this Torah portion in which at least 2 of every animal on earth were saved from God's destruction of the world. If you're curious about the more than 2, you'll have to come to Torah study tomorrow. When Noah's family and all the animals emerged from the ark after the great flood, God made a covenant, a promise to us all. This promise still stands for people and for animals of every kind. I now establish my covenant with you and your offspring to come, and with every living thing that is with you, birds, cattle, and every wild beast as well, all that have come out of the ark, every living thing on earth. I will maintain my covenant with you. Never again shall there be a flood to destroy the earth. And we'll conclude with some more words that we'll all recite together. May we fulfill the promise of that covenant, caring for these beloved animals and learning from all of God's creatures. So one more shout out to all of our pets. I'm just checking out all the images. I want to see your animals. I love it. Vivian's got it in the background and in her arms. Really quite lovely. Nice. And one day I'm hoping that we can coordinate an in-person pet blessing. But for now, this works quite well. Oh, nice. I like holding up the pictures. Very nice. Because when they don't cooperate, such as maybe in this moment. Yeah. All right, we turn to the words of Aleinu, reminding us to partner with God to make this world a better place, not only for us, but also for all of our creatures.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד ארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגבי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Our thoughts now turn to those who are no longer with us, those whom we are remembering this month or this Shabbat. Annette Kassendorf, mother of Sarah Rubin, grandmother of Scott Rubin, and great-grandmother of Nora. Her loved ones are in the period of Shloshim, the first 30 days of mourning. And we remember the following yahrzeits, who the anniversary of their passing was this past week. Sam Derman, Eugene Bauer, Fred Sobel, Sonia Sol, Abraham Liebhaber, Isidore Herman, Jack Brandner, Bernard Chernev, Nathan Horowitz, Max Cohn, Morris Goldman, Gail Rockoff, Edith Kessler, Molly Radin Landy, Sylvia Weiss, Saul Lester, Bella Edberg, Sydney Smiler, Prudence Haight, Morris Balbreski, Sally Schneider, Robert Diamond, Esther Nathanson, Stanley Weinberg, Linda Weintraub, Edith Goldstein, Morris Gladstone, Joanne Rochelle Frundlich, Morris Plitman, Leon Robin, and Michael Selikoff. We turn to the hallowed words of Mourner's Kaddish, led by Harriet Greenblatt.
יתגדל ויתחדש שמי רבה, ויאמר דברה קירותי וימליך מלכותי, וחייכון וביומיכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל, ועלה בזמן קריב אמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם עולמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו, לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה, תמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלום הרבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן.
Zichronam livracha, may their memories always be a blessing. Thank you, Harriet. We'll now hear from Larry Jasper.
Good evening. On behalf of the Board of Directors of Congregation Beth Chaim, thank you for joining us tonight for our very special Shabbat service this evening. It was wonderful seeing all your pets, including mine that disappeared, in honor of this week's Torah portion, Noach. Tomorrow morning, Torah study meets at 8:45. I'd like to offer a mazel tov to Molly Lockman and her family as she is called to the Torah as one of Beth Chaim's B'nai Mitzvah at 10:30. On Sunday, religious school learning in the lot starts at 9 a.m., followed by Zoom school at 11. Heart, Mind, and Soul, our adult education series on the wisdom and history of Jewish history, meets again this Sunday at 9:30 a.m. online. Also this Sunday, we have a board meeting at 10:30 a.m. Then at noon, the Men's Club welcomes our congregant, Andrea Mandel, President of the West Windsor Township Council, in an off-site meeting. Sign up is required for that. If you have too many leaves in your yard, Evan Millinger and Josh Pastor will rake leaves for anyone who needs it done. For their mitzvah project, they want to help clean up the community. They're willing to help everybody. Thank you to everyone who volunteered to participate in this evening's service, and we would encourage anyone who'd like to be a part of future services, you can sign up using the link in the weekly e-blast. Visit our website, bethchaim.org, as always, for more details about upcoming events and to make a pledge to our high holiday appeal. We've almost reached 50% participation, and all we're missing is you to reach our ultimate goal of 100%. Shabbat Shalom.
We have a few more animals left to close with. When God made the world, God made it full of light. The sun to shine by day, the moon and stars by night. God made it full of life. Lilies, oaks and trout, tigers and bears, sparrows, hawks and apes. And God took clay from earth's four corners to give it the breath of life. And God said, this is very good, this is very good. Man, woman, and child, all are good. This is very good, this is very good. Man, woman, and child, all are good. Man, woman, and child resemble God. Like God we love, like God we think, like God we care. This is very good, this is very good. Man, woman, and child, all are good. This is very good, this is very good. Man, woman, and child, all are good. Man, woman, and child resemble God.
We'll now conclude our evening with our words of blessing that have been passed down. And these are often the words recited to our children as well on this Shabbat Eve, but we'll share in that blessing together, both furry and feathered and scaly friends.
Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May God bless us and protect us.
Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God's light shine upon us, and may God be gracious to us.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'asem lecha shalom.
May we always feel that God's presence is near, and may we be blessed with the greatest gift of all, the gift of peace.
Amen.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat
Shalom.
shalom.
Very nicely done.
Shalom, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Good parents.
Shalom, everyone.
Bye.
Nice job on the
Shabbat shalom.
reading.
Everyone. Great prayer selection.
Yashikoa to all the readers.
Very good.
Shabbat shalom.
Bye.
Good night, Charlotte.
Good night, Charlotte. Good night,
Have a
Charlotte.
good week, everybody.
Yeah. Bye,
You too, Lori.
Thank
Shabbat
you.
shalom.
Bye, everyone.
Shalom, everyone.
Shalom.
Night, everyone.
Torah study.
Thought I was going to pick them up again. Hi, Johnny. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Good night, Mom.
Good night, honey.